Hi there, it's Christina with Christina's Compassionate Planning, and I'm coming to you from a space of experience. Last week, my stepfather had passed away. He had been sick, but it definitely happened all of a sudden. We're very grateful that he was taken out of pain as fast as possible, but going through this and seeing firsthand the emotional side of the decision making and how everything unfolds is quite an experience. Now, Papa always loved to support me, and so I hate to say this is one way he did it, but he's giving me an opportunity to experience this to better myself and to help educate the community on what actually occurs. So I guess going back to like the emotional part, and what I'll do is I'll do little segments of, the things that went right, the things that could go better, how things work, and all that good stuff. And so no worries. But first things first is the emotional side. I want to congratulate my mom and Papa for talking about this, for sharing. As I've been learning more about pre-planning and putting things together, they've been with me along the process. I mean, going to margarita mixers, the ones that I host, and looking at assisted living communities, things like that, so that they could be exposed to the senior world and what's out there and the free happy hours and things like that. But also, they were there to listen to me talk about things. And there's one thing when you're an expert going through the motions over and over again, and you're experiencing this at a, in a third person versus myself. So thank you, Papa, for giving me the opportunity to learn more. I'm sorry it had to happen, and there's nothing I can change from that. But I want to definitely send my love. So, being in the hospital and listening to the doctor ask questions to my mom about what she wanted to do, I'm so grateful that her and Gary had planned a lot of stuff, because she knew what to do, even though emotionally it can be turned around like a 180. And so what I mean by that is, when there came a point where Mom had to decide certain things for Papa's own well-being versus our emotional closure, it was weird to feel that even though I'm an expert and I know the logical steps, that I immediately wanted to just shove all that out. And nurses will tell you that most family members are so emotionally attached that we don't want to say goodbye. We want, just a little bit more time, just a little more time. Just, can I say goodbye? Can I do this? When in fact, it might not be well for them. So I'm very, very grateful that my mom stuck to her guns, and the doctor, applauded her for being smart and logical and what was best for Papa. So I'm proud of that. What I did also experience is the halt of my entire world. It was weird. That experience of when something happens all of a sudden and you have to stop your entire world for a week, for 2 weeks, you see that the world is still going and it's still spinning and it's still sending out McDonald's hamburgers and stuff that goes along with normal life stuff, but you're stuck. Like you're in this, this weird state, emotional fog. And that's how I was all week. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything but take a warm bath, and sleep. And so even though as an expert, I know what to do, know how to do it, emotionally, my mind is not there. And it still is really hard to get back into gear, especially because I'm exhausted, just exhausted. So that's one thing that actually happens to family members during that time. I know that my mom continually got lots of phone calls. We had to call people. We had to tell them, the day after Papa had passed, all the family members, all his children, his biological children, were over at my mom's house, and I came by and sat down with them and went over what a funeral director would actually ask. So that way it was easier for us to kind of decide what would be best. And Papa had a pre-plan, and I'll get to that next, about how a pre-plan worked and what didn't work and how to do it better and things like that, so that we can just help our community. Every single one of us is going to have to face this at some point in time, and for a person that we love. Now, I want to honor that hero inside of every one of us, and honoring each hero means you take care of your responsibilities. I know that my jaw dropped when, after I shaved so many different things off of the price, it was still an absurd amount. I don't know what I would do if I had to put that all on my own. I probably would start shaving even more stuff off, and feel really, really bad about it, because all I want to do is honor Paw Paw. That's all we want to do. And there are certain things that emotionally pop up that we are not even thinking about, and I'm exhausted just talking about it. So I want help me help the community honor the hero inside of all of us, and take care of responsibilities and do what we need to do to help eliminate a lot of this burden that we leave on our loved ones, because we're all going to go through this. I don't want anybody to have that burden on me. I don't want to leave that burden financially on my children. And so that is why I have a plan in place. Now, there's certain things that are attached to that. So I want to help give out the information and show you how to pre-plan the correct way. There were certain things that I found in pre-planning with other companies that was a downfall. And so I'll get to that in my next video. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I miss you so much, Paw Paw, and we love you, and just thinking about you, and thank you so much for being so great. This is Christina with Christina's Compassion Planning, and take care.